since I was in class 6 or 7, I used to watch shows like, for example, Suits and Boston Legal, and initially that was what sort of motivated me, even though it's sort of juvenile, because later on I realized it wasn't exactly as it portrayed in those shows. But as I researched a bit more about the career itself, and I understood that it suited a lot of the skills that I have, and it's just something that I felt I could excel at. Law as a career option, it gives you a lot of options. I mean, right after you complete the 5-year course, there are lots of areas where you can venture. If you feel like corporate, if you want to join the corporate line, then that's always open. If you want to litigate, as in that is the traditional option, that's always there. And there's you can do social work as well. There's public interest litigation. There's a lot of options there, and arguably the best part about that is it pays really well as well, apart from all the options that it gives. And if you think that your skill sets are something which you think is really suitable, something you should explore, because it is really rewarding. After class 12 was when I sort of decided to take CLAT really seriously. Of course, the first time I attempted it was last year, and it was not really up to the mark because I did not practice that well. I did my basics really well up until December, the period between July and December. I did my basics really well. I made sure that I was up to date with my current affairs, maths also to an extent, but serious, grueling, studying, as I would like to call it, I started around late January. I put in a lot of intense effort around March and April. CLAT has 5 different areas that it sets questions on. There is general knowledge, English, legal aptitude, maths, and logical reasoning. And that is the order in which I attempted the paper as well. General knowledge, it's a really vast area. I mean, especially static. It's really advisable to start early. And as far as current affairs goes, again, start really early, because there's just a lot of information. Personally, I'm pretty sure I put in more time on just general knowledge than I did on the other 4 areas combined together. I understood exactly how vast it was, but I did not let myself be scared of it. I took it up as a challenge, and there's a lot of books out there, like for guidance, such as Pearson's module, and as well as the CLAT Possible modules that there are. Yeah, and you should always be up to date with current affairs. You should read the newspaper every day. As I made it a habit after class 12 to actually read the newspaper. Initially I used to do it just for the exam, but then later on it just sort of became a habit. There are a lot of online mediums as well. A student should explore all his options for general knowledge. Normally CLAT, as well as the other law exams, they try to test your vocabulary, and you should try about, just as a general rule of thumb, adding about 2 words to your vocabulary every day. Trying to make sure that your grammar is correct. Lots of students think that their grammar is correct, but then they miss out on very minor details. And legal reasoning is a really important area, because if suppose your rank is tied with another candidate, then what separates your rank from that other students is your legal reasoning scores. Legal reasoning has to do a lot with practice. The amount of questions that you attempt and you've solved really plays an important role. It's something unlike general knowledge and unlike English. Legal reasoning is something you might just be able to cram in the last 2 months or so with a lot of practice. I used to make timetables was to create a broad framework within which I know I have to get this done and that done. It's just setting goals, and if you achieve them, then that's sufficient. You do not have to do them by the hour that you've set. Not that strictly, that is. I used to change them like weekly and sometimes even daily. If I realized that, okay, so I'm not in the mood to study this today, I would change. I decided to be quite flexible with it, and it really made my experience studying for CLAT just that more easy. And even basic things as such, like if you are more productive in the morning, you should wake up earlier in the morning. I'm talking about the days where you have holidays. On the days you have school, you're left with very little choice. But on the days that you do the very little things, you should know your strengths and weaknesses when you are at your best, and you should model your timetable around it. There is no one fixed timetable which anyone can just give you. My strategy was really clear. It was just to put in a lot of hard work and keep a cool head, be composed, especially during the examination and the few weeks before it. And I always sort of knew that this should be enough. I mean, it's easier said than done, but if you have a clear goal in your head and if you really work towards it and if you put your mind and soul to it, then I believe that it becomes a simple equation. It's just how you can apply to yourself. If you do not, if you are not able to judge your own strengths and areas where you know that you should focus on more, then teachers can only help so much. Past year toppers can only help so much. It's a really personal experience, and you should be able to judge your strengths and weaknesses, and that happens through a lot of practice. And it's really not about how well you do; it's about you beating another candidate, right? It's there's one seat, and and only one person can take it. So who is it going to be? It's that cutthroat right now. I'm really unsure of where I see myself after the 5 years of law school. I suppose after the first year and the second year I'll have a fair idea somewhat, but even then I will be keeping my options open.